Good morning to all. So last we were looking for physical factor. I think I have talked till the pH, that is temperature, right? So now next we are looking for related to the pH. So in case of pH, whenever we are looking, the extreme conditions are there, neutral and the beyond. So when the acidic conditions is there, we may start with the neutral condition. 6 to 8 is a neutrophile. If you are going below, that is acidophile, extreme acidophiles. If you are going in the alkaline conditions, so it is alkalophiles and extreme alkalophiles. The alkaline conditions, generally we are looking that some of the places are highly rich and some of the places it is acidophile. Here the mixing will be all together also. Sometimes the alkaline is there, then the alkaline conditions, maybe it is like halophiles. So another term may come, halophiles, that is related to some salt, those who can tolerate the salt. So it is the same organism can be classified into 1 or 3, like a mesophilic organisms may fall in neutrophils also. So every sort of thing, maybe a mesophilic following into extreme alkalophiles or alkalophiles or acidophiles even. Generally acidophiles or extreme acidophiles, when we are looking, the temperature will be higher. So they are also considered the thermophiles or extreme thermophiles. So one group you can classify it into another various pattern also. So here just we are looking at how we can classify any organism. So here also, when you are looking for the growth rate, right, as the pH is changing, as the lower the pH, the acidophile, neutrophile, alkalophiles are going to grow. Here you can see more or less the picturization is showing that the growth is more or less is in similar pattern. Okay, it is a normal. But earlier what I have told, that is the coming as a mesophilic, more or less somewhat rise happens. But it is same, you can say, if it is the any mesophilic conditions also is there, or here the extremophiles may be there from here to there. So it is shown as a normal one graph. So on the basis of it, at least you have to recall or remember at least few organisms name. Okay, this is like whenever you are writing into it, exams and everywhere, right? So it is minimum requirement, at least you able to remember certain names, organism wise. If you are looking for the acidophile or can be asked in the exams also, 1 mark. Write the example of acidophiles, alkalophiles. At least you have to remember. It may be asked in 1 mark or it can be asked in the 4 marks, like general question. 4 or 6 is pattern is there. If you are just going to write it down, so at least few marks has been allotted for their name. So it is like neutrophile. Generally, we able to recall and remember E. coli. It is very well known. E. coli is coming in the neutrophiles. But yes, whenever you're looking for the E. coli, some of them, when you are writing, try to remember their first spelling itself. Sometimes the sulfonamides are there, sulfo, S, L, F. So spelling mistake may happens. Okay, so here it is like when you are looking for the acidophile, that is sulfolobus or thermoplasma. Why it is like thermoplasma here it is coming? They are coming in the thermos conditions also. In a thermophilic part also it's coming. Thermophiles are also there. So it is like thermoplasma, some are the sulfolobus. That is in high sulfuric conditions are there. High acidic and as well as in the high temperature base. So volcanic eruption is going on. There such species are available. Then the Flavobacterium acidurans, which is very well known, notorious and well known organism, available in extreme acidophilic condition. It can survive high acidic conditions. They never mind. They like to swim in volcanic erupted water also. The other organism cannot survive at all, but they can. Otherwise, as you are looking for others in the alkalophilics, it's a basic pH. That is like Bacillus alkalophile. Name itself going to suggest. If you are able to recall or remember the terminology wise also, it's become easy. So it's a Bacillus conditions. Here it was a E. coli. Here it may be a thermoplasma. So acidophile and thermophiles are coming. Here it is, as you are moving down, there is like Bacillus, one is the alkaline conditions and alkalophiles. So So at least I'm not telling that 5 names. At least one name at least you remember. Okay, maybe it is can be asked in the YY one. Probably it is going to happen soon, right? And accordingly we may go. So Bacillus circulans, so many others are there. So one name is required to recall. And how the certain mechanisms may be there. Many bacteria and viruses survive. Okay, so in the certain pH range is coming. Okay, okay. For the osmotic pressures I have given, right? Oh, sorry. So this is some basic mechanisms. Sorry, basic parts are there. We are currently not looking for their what the mechanisms they are following. Okay, that how they able to survive in the extreme condition. But same we are going to learn in another format that is related to their metabolism. Like sulfur-durans are looking. So in the first unit also we have left certain points, right? In fifth unit, in fourth unit we are going to learn also with their name or example. It will be repetitions for both the end. That they are using that sulfur for their electron acceptor, like it is in H2O. Okay, H2O it's been used in electron transport chain, right? That only we are going to look that H2O is being utilized. So similarly, it is there. So it is the sole part for the participating in energy transfer or energy generation. So it is not like that it is going to harm. Acid is not going to harm them, but they have adopted themselves that acid is going to help them for the energy development. So they have adapted in that environment that any extreme conditions, it is useful for them. So it is their mechanism. That mechanism we are going to learn one by one into that part. Yes, some are the very well known in Helicobacter pylori. It can withstand into stomach, and major problem or major threat if any person is getting infections for the pylori. Initially, people are not able to understand what's happened, and the infections may rise and may reach to the intestine and others. Sometimes may require to give the heavy to heavy antibiotics, or if the colonization takes place, surgically part of that intestine need to cut. The person continuously getting the vomiting and the diarrhea, stomach pain, and so many other aspects may start. As we know, every problem start with the stomach or the belly. Any problem in a belly, if you are found, then all the problems may start. If you are feeling any stomach pain, you cannot concentrate. Neurological, biological, all the disturbance may start. So, but how it is? Because it can under the mucus layer. Within the mucus layer, it is going to survive. And this is the major problematic thing also. Some bacteria, just some examples are given. Yes. Here also, sometimes, here the another bit of the example is given that all the bacteria cannot. So it is can be for the food preservation. Sometimes we are using the vinegar. Okay. So all the organism cannot survive. All are not following into acidophile or alkalophiles. So it is boon for us also that all are not adaptive. But by chance, that bacteria start to grow. Okay, then it may be a problem. But what we are generally doing, we are in our pickles also. Some vinegar is also added. Sometimes we are adding the sugars or salts. 3 components are there. So mixture of a 3, not allowing the growth of all the kind of bacteria. Only few bacteria. Otherwise, you can consider the Pseudomonas. Pseudomonas species is so many species are there into like in Pseudomonas. They can withstand, tolerate in any dampness. It can work in the alkalophilic conditions, acidophilic reactions also, in thermophilic conditions also, everywhere. And it can cause so many diseases also. The Pseudomonas, once person has got infected by the Pseudomonas, it is really difficult because it can withstand in any places. On the skin, normal flora, it became a part of like a normal flora beneath the skin. Can survive in the stomach, can survive into lungs also. Pseudomonas, if you are doing certain research work or sometimes you are come to know about Pseudomonas, be careful. That sometimes all are not a harmful organism. Some people are doing research. They are having some catalytic activity also. You take the Pseudomonas, you may add into oil. petroleum products or the chemicals are there, some dyes are there, just going to put, it can degrade. It can degrade and utilize any damn thing. So it is one way having the so many applications also. But when you are doing the research, be careful. Otherwise, you may be in trouble. So some of them, that's one example is given that how the bacterial range is coming. Here you can see the some yeast, the pH range 1 to 11, or the bacteria 4 to mold 1 to 12. So generally the fungi are acid lover. More are, as you are looking, that acid lovers are what? Acidic conditions, more fungi can, either yeast or the molds or the other kind of microbes are there. In that category, if you are looking, more is related to fungi. Bacteria also there, but in whole population, if you are looking, the fungi are growing at higher level. And some of the example is given just for our information, like that. The minimum maximum pH range for the growth of some specific microbes, like E. coli, 4.4 to 9. So E. coli, if you are looking the beyond to below to down pH, then they cannot survive. Like we have done the one example experiment on that day, that NaOH pellets we have added, and one was the HCl. So it was became highly acidic. Maybe 1 or 2 pH may gone, and the higher it may be gone to 13 to 14. So E. coli were not able to grow. So that experimental part we have performed also. No growth. There was no growth at all. So pH range, if you are looking, because of our time limitations, we does not move into that category. Okay. So it is like a 1 to 14 pH if you have adjusted, and then we have checked for the growth, then we may. So at a neutral pH, they are growing. So in a range, we may follow. And for other also, it is coming. So all the bacteria may go in the alkaline condition. Not all. The molds can go into low pH to the higher alkaline condition. So fungi is the major problem and threat. That a mycelium structure, and they are having the walls of the cell wall like chitin, and they also having the, that is coming in the eukaryotic conditions, right? And it have the so many enzymatic catalytic activity to neutralize the condition what is prevailing outer side. So they are able to manage very easily. Okay. Now the second part is osmotic pressure, that is related to salt. Next is related to salt. We know that from the childhood, if you are learning about hypertonic and hypotonic solutions, right? What's going to happen? That is a plasma lysis. Isotonic solutions, there is no problem. When you are looking for the hypo or the hypertonic, it will cell will start to swell up, burst. And if you are looking for a next hypertonic, it will shrink. The outer side is very high, so water is going to move outside. Okay, when it is hypotonic, the salt concentration within inside is very high. The water will move inside. So it is trying to balance. The level of the water is there. So here, all the organisms are not having that capacity. Okay, all the organisms are having their some osmoticum balance, but those who are in the halotolerance or haloalkalophiles are there particularly, they can. They will never mind about it. So how they are performing? That is also some example is given that osmotic pressures. They from the beginning initially within the cell they have developed certain osmotic balancer. Osmoticum, some compounds are being synthesized by them because they are knowing that outer side it is there. It is like outer side there is a higher salt is there. So it having that capacity that already they have balanced with certain amounts of the salt as well as they may have some osmotic balance substance. So outer side and inner side, both the place, the amount of, or you can say the osmotic pressure they are managing similar. It is somewhat like that. You are knowing that outer side arm is there. The person is having the arms. You are sitting inside. Okay. That you know that if they are coming, by chance they are coming inside, at least you are managed with some arm force. Right. So you may having that arms. If by chance they will come, you can also do the attack. So same thing they are doing, alkalophiles or the halophiles. That to manage their osmotic balance, from the beginning, they have kept such things. But for that, it required to have some compartmentalizations particularly. Cytoplasm is modified in a way that it can manage it. Otherwise, it is not the capacity of all the organism. Okay, normally like E. coli, it cannot. If you are going to keep in the higher, I think we have tried to perform that experiment, but I'm not so sure because they may haven't done properly. No inoculations proper or something is not there. The growth was not observed properly. So like a 0, 1, 2, maximum 1 or 2% is coming, then the E. coli is very much sensitive. Growth 1 possible over it. This one is just some additional, but some part. Initially, people, that osmotic balance also like a sugar if you are going to keep. Right. So initially, people, when sometimes having the wounds, the people are using the honey just to keep over there. So what's going to happen? The honey is having the higher sugar. So osmotic imbalance may happen. So if we are going to keep the honey, so nearby the area, beneath the skin, water may start to come outside. Oozing of the water is called. Sometimes you are looking, sometimes you are having the wound. On that area, some liquid is start to come outside. Right. So it is nothing but our immune response, or you can say the innate immunity is following. Over there, if you are putting some chemicals and others. So here the people were using the honey initially. So because of that, water is not going to move outer side. That is, osmotic imbalance may happen. As the water inavailability will be there, the bacteria will lose the water. Okay, bacteria will start to get dehydrated. And the other thing is what? Water is moving. Here the membranous part is there. The water will going to leak from this. So this phenomena people were using earlier, just to paste with the honey on the wound. Right now we people are not following, but it is in ancient time people were using such phenomena. Right now it's difficult to get the pure honey even. Okay, so it is not convenient, but initially people were used to do it. So water droplets moving in towards the honey, and here also because of that. So here what's going to happen? Outer side water is depleting. So water will move from inside to outer side, and the bacterial cell is going to shrink down. Such is a like just application of it to know the phenomena that osmotic balance if managed in a way that the bacteria can also die. The people were using such things in initial part. Then the salt concentration, they are coming in the halophiles. How it is going to salt tolerant? Osmotic pressures may be created because of sugar as well as salt, both. But especially if you are looking for in that category related to salt, the salt concentration, extreme to extreme condition, like sodium ion concentration is there. So as it is below, lower range, some minimum amount of a sodium chloride is required. Even for us also, like sodium potassium channel is there for our nerve impulses. If you are going to increase or decrease it, then the problem may rise. So sometimes people, so many people are going into like in trekking or somewhere. It has been advised to them to keep some salt with them. The reason is what? By chance, if you are get dehydrated, and then after you may fall down. So two things it is been given: salt and then after the some lemon juice. So mixture of two things is going to balance yourself. Otherwise, your mental stability will go. The simple reason is what? Sodium potassium channel get disturbed. And that is the simple reason that optimum amount is required. If it is going higher to below, that extreme halophiles, moderate halophiles, and non-halophiles. All organism does not require higher amount of salt. So is your non-halophiles, sodium concentration increase, their growth rate going to down. For the moderate, it may start with 1 range. And some are there at certain concentration, 5 to 8. When the concentration is 5 to 8 or 10% is there, then only they will grow. So they adapted themselves. It is like that. Some are only working in some extreme condition. If higher things they come to know, they will going to rise. Otherwise, they are going to sit down. Okay, that now it is the last day to perform, complete the books and others, they will rise up and they are going to complete. Otherwise, not. It is like that. They are in extreme condition, extremophile, but they are also having certain, then after saturated solution. What's going to happen? Here, I haven't able to draw the whole graph. The some conditions may happen that saturated. What is meant by saturated? That after that, you cannot able to dissolve the salt even. Solution is became fully saturated. If you are looking like if you have taken the 100 ml water or the 50 to 100 ml you have taken the water, you start to add the some salt. And you may mix it, you may make it the hot also, you may stir it even, but after one time period will come, you are not able to add more salt inside to it. So such saturated places are there, even that conditions bacteria are able to survive. You are looking to add the salts, then what's going to happen? They are going to get precipitated. It's like in marine. Some are the highly having the high amount of the salt condition is there. Right. So over there also the bacteria may able to survive, some are not. Some other classifications related to the pressure, that is barotolerant or barophiles or the physophiles. What is the baro? That is related to pressure. Where we are going to get the pressure small, it is related to the water. If you are in oceanic conditions is there. So same halophiles can be a barophiles. Means on the upper shallow region, the bacteria is growing. But as you are moving down up to like Pacific is there. If you are going to a certain depth, meters to kilometer, then the pressures from the outer side will start to exert on it. Because when the swimming is done also, as you are moving down and down, even though you are in the oxygen tank is everyone, but the water table upon you, it is called the water table when it is below to the 1 kilometer. So above all is called the water table. The water table is going to exert the pressure upon the person. So this is a very high conditions. As you are moving down and down and down, water table is going to increase in size, and it's also increase the pressure. So once again, they were in extreme condition. Salt was very high. Now the pressure was also increased. So such organisms, those who are able to tolerate it, are called the barotolerant. It does not get affected by the increased pressure, and bacteria which grow at moderately with high hydrostatic pressure is called the physophiles or barophiles. Here the two terminologies are coming, and everywhere it's going to about tolerant or philes it will be considered. Okay, halotolerant or halophiles, barotolerance, barophiles. So tolerant one word is coming, that means at certain level they can withstand, not fully. At certain level they can withstand, then after not. But the barophiles easily able to manage. They live in that condition. Tolerant is their capacity. Okay, philes are coming, they are lovers and they can manage into that place. Okay, classifications like osmotolerant and halophiles. Okay, so it is like a halotolerance or the osmotolerance, that up to certain level they can tolerate that pressure conditions, halophilic conditions they can tolerate. Okay, and yes, some are halophiles, maybe alkalophiles altogether. Some organisms, what is the conditions? As the salt is coming, right? Salts generally precipitate in neutral conditions, we know. Acid and base are added, the neutral conditions is there. But in that conditions, if it is a higher alkalinity is also coming. So it is like in acidic conditions, that is related to vents, and if you are looking into this part, so alkaline condition is there. Some organisms are halophilic as well as alkalophilic. As well as they may be you can say the physophiles. That means they can withstand the pressure. So one at a time, one organism can having the so many roles, can be classified into many. Okay, this was the all about the classifications according to the physical parameters. So what are the main physical parameters we have seen? The temperature, pH, osmotic pressure, hydrostatic pressure, and radiation. Okay, just I forgot, I think, to bring put into it. The radiation is there in your part or not? Okay, I will. Okay, regarding the radiations, that is radiodurans. One of the organism is there, that is a radiodurans. is very well known organism. I will provide going to put that slide maybe in classroom later. Just one part is coming. There is some organism very well known is a radiodurans. This organism can withstand and observe that in the UV layers, upon also in ozone, some of the places are depletion is coming. Directly the UV light is coming from the sun. It also can withstand. So what is the basic part for them? It having the high capacity for the DNA damage repair. Maybe you have learned about the DNA damage, DNA repair mechanism. Replication is coming. Okay, maybe it's in 5th semester or somewhere it may come. You just at least know DNA replication, right? DNA replications may be known. So when the DNA is there, by chance, we know that like UV light. Also, some example, if we can say that on Japan, that attacks were there, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So high range of the radiations were moved out into nuclear bombs. So that may cause the DNA damage into our DNA. So by chance, if you're doing in UV transilluminator, or if you are going to run the laminar flow, we know that we are keeping the UV light. If you are keeping the UV light for the 10 to 20 minutes, what's going to happen? That area becomes sterile. That means bacteria is there going to die. All the mature bacteria will die. Some are like radiodurans, will going to manage themselves. Okay, so this part is what? Ah, yes, you may go. So in the radiations conditions particularly, so what's going to happen? They having the most important part as a DNA damage repair mechanism. And this repair mechanism is extremely been studied by the throughout the world, the people, that how they are able to manage. So the important part is what? If we are able to manage or pick it in, or we are able to mimic for the outer world. So if anybody is planning or by chance that we may fly to the Mars still. So over that time, the person is in a space shift. So during that time period also, it may happen that UV lights are there, cosmetic, the outer world is extreme waves are moving here and there. So if they are managing some enzymatic actions or some chemical, if it is prepared, that it can manage that radiation, then it can be pasted onto the person's skins, or some cosmetic may be prepared, or the whole spaceship can be layered with it. So many type of things people are doing some research into this area, that how this radiodurans are working. So here for us, it is just one simple part that radiations generally cause the DNA damage, and as well as that whole cell is going to break down because of UV light. Right? It is like a sterilizing agents, but other way around, it is going to manage at particular some by organism. So I'm just going to upload about the radiations. Maybe 1 or 2 slides will be there. Fine. So till this it is there. Anybody having any questions into it? Then we'll move for the chemical factors at later. I think it's very easy topic. Physical, that is what are the thermophiles? Okay, based on the temperature, range will come. Based on the osmotic pressures, range will come. That is what are the extreme conditions, lower conditions, neutral conditions, acidic conditions, pH conditions. So these questions can be asked like physical factor, maybe whole in 8 mark, or every individual component or 2 component, right, about the temperature and pH in 6 marks, or individual can be asked into 4 marks. So I hope you may be able to write down. Okay. Now next part, okay, that related to the methylene blue, I think I have passed that scientific tube to you people. Have you brought that milk? Okay, how many have brought? It is there. Fine. So let it make a notice. I want to write it down, and we are going to add the methylene blue. So what are the kind of samples you have? Let's write it down. Okay, I think yes, methylene blue is there. Just take it. So what we are going to do, that we are going to put some drops of that methylene blue within it, and we are going to incubate for about 24 hours. So tomorrow we are going to check it. Maybe you can check the hourly one. At 1 o'clock also we are going to check whether any changes happened or not. So it is blank. Okay. So have the one marker. We are going to number it also. Number one sample. And what is there into it? Just tell me.
Local boiled.
It's boiled.
Local boiled.
Local and boiled. Okay, just write in our number one. Okay, what about others? I let you tell. I will let you know. This one is boiled and local. Okay. Just write it down. Number two. What about others? Okay. Which milk it is? Amul, direct raw. Number three. Anybody else? Boiled, nothing. Okay. અને 4 નંબર આપી દો. What is there? Cream. Okay. So it is raw or what? Okay. Let's put then other ice. Amul boiled. Boiled. Amul and boiled. काय वांधो नहीं. Amul and boiled. Raw milk. But it is your. Okay. It's raw milk. Local.
boiled કોણ લેવું? ચાલો ચાલો ભરી દે.
काय वांधो नहीं. કોક ને પીવડાવી દેશું બસ. It's a local. And whether it is raw milk જ છે ને. 6 નંબર. આમાં ચાન્સ રહી છે કંઈક ખાવાનો. બધાય બોઇલ લઈને આવ્યા છે તો કંઈ ભેગું નહીં થાય. માહી. આ લ્યો આના નંબર લખી નાખો. મારી આગળ તો 8મું આવ્યું છે.
આમાં થાય હો.
3 ને 3 6. 1 મિનિટ.
આ ફાટી નથી ગયો?
આ 6 કેમ છે? તો મારે તો અહીંયા 7 8મું લખું છું.
આ 1 આ 2 આ 3 આ 4 આ 5 આ 6
છેલ્લે આપ્યું ને જે?
હા 7.
હા આ 7મું બરાબર છે. હા આવી માહી. ઓકે ઓકે હવે ડન. પ્રોપર જ છે. હા દેશી. દેશી મીન્સ લોકલ.
ઓલે ગ્રુપ માં એટલે દેશી વે.
કાઈ વાંધો. અચ્છા આ બ્લેન્ક જ હશે. ડન all people. Okay. So what just I have written? That is I have made like a two things. Type of milk, whether it's a local or it is a pasteurized. That is Amul or something is there. And second part, what I am writing, that is raw or boiled. So now 8 mixture is there. It is like a local milk also boiled and raw is also available. Pasteurized milk in a raw as well as in boiled condition is available to us. So 4 different components are with us. So we are going to add at least 2 drops of the methylene blue. So tomorrow something may happen. Okay, what going to happen? It's going to get generally decolorized. Decolorization means what? That is the oxidization is going to take place. That will be that blue colorized bacteria is going to take part in it. If the bacteria will be there, it's going to convert into directly white. As we are going to add, you will observe that the color of the milk is going to change. It's but obvious, normal. But if you are incubating and going to observe on the next day, some change may happen. That we are going to observe. Okay. So one by one, let's going to put 8. મેં આપી તો 10 બાર જેવી, પણ જેટલી થઈ ને જે લોકો લઈ આવ્યા. So I have 2 to 3 drops. So I have added 3 drops. So we are going to put 3 drops everywhere. By chance, if it is going to increase, decrease, we may take the sum one photograph afterwards. Okay. So tomorrow we are going to check, that is number wise. You can see, simple it is. ભરીને લઈ આવ્યા છો? કઈ વાંધો નહીં, થોડું ઘટઘટ થઈ જાય તો. અમૂલ બોઇલ છે. ઘણો થશે એ તો. કેટલી જ છે હજી બાકી? લાવો જરા. શું થયું? ગોલ્ડ વાળા હશે. છાસની ટીપી નહીં, એમાં છે ગોલ્ડ કેવું હશે ને, જે એ તરત જ ફેટ વાળું હોય ને, એટલે એ સીધું કલરફુલ જ થઈ જશે. જાડું થવું હોય ને થોડું, મારા જે હોય તેમ જલ્દી જાડિયા થઈ જાય. એટલે તો આમાં થોડું ઓછું હતું એટલે કાટો કલર સારો એવો આવ્યો. કઈ વાંધો. નંબર દેખાય ને એ રીતના રાખીને ફોટો પાડજો. બસ 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 બસ. Okay, let's concentrate on next point. હજી 15 મિનિટ જેવું છે આપણી આગળ, so we can talk some certain points. Okay, So it's regarding chemical factors required for our growth. So what are there into it? Earlier also we have slightly seen into nutrition's first unit. Okay, that is the carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, trace element, oxygen, and
boiled wheat, local. Corn, lakpa.
from milk powder you have prepared Amul powder.
ક્યાંથી ગોતી આવ્યા?
But how you have dissolved? In water, it's so hot, cold water or hot water? Because we need to make, otherwise boil the itself the water, then we can dissolve. Yeah, it's a new combination, no problem. પતલું હશે હાવ. હોય જ ને, મિલ્ક પાવડર પતલો હોય.
કયું 9 આવશે?
હા, નંબર 9.
હાલો 9 માં એટલે એક સિંગલ પાવડર.
15 minutes. I think we just remain to solve that some
આવલા
MCQ. Let me complete it. So we will concentrate theoretical part maybe later. No issue. So on 11th, yeah, we also are going to have our class test, and it's going to remain offline. Those who are remain online, one has to be there here. Now from the university for all, like all the semester, they have started the offline education, right? So if you are not able to present on that day, that means your test is gone. So I'm telling in advance, right? So it is not like this, sir, so and so reason I got some medical emergency. I know on that day only we will going to get the medical emergency, but I'm not going to surprise afterwards, and you are not going to get surprised afterwards also. So what was the some basic example? Can anybody say? Yeah. I think we have solved one or two. Okay, whatever it is there, let me give some example. Maybe it is like, I may give the one example another way. 10 into 10 raised to power 30 CFU per ml. And if I want to prepare 5 into 10 raised to power 2 CFU per ml. Okay, please concentrate here. So basic questions are going to happen here. So how we can solve very easily any sort of the things. I may give the some different easy experimental part to you people. So here we know 10 to 10 raised to multiplied by power 30, and you are looking to make it a 2. If I have kept here 10, what you can do? First example, let's take it. 10 multiplied by 10 raised to power 30, and here you are going to create 10 into 10 raised to power 2. So it's simple. 1 gen term dilutions is required to do continuously. Okay, we are going to do a dilutions here. 1 gen term dilutions for how many times we need to do? It's a power. Like 30 is there, minus 2. It's going to be a 28. So 28 times you are going to do. Simple one-line statement. Okay. Here what we are going to do? You are going to dilute. How many times? 30. One time is you are going to do 1 gen term. How many times we need to do? 28 times. So first example is get over here. But if I'm looking, 10 raised to power 30 CFU per ml to make it 5 into 10 raised to power 2 CFU. Right. So here number change is coming, something. So at least first going to reduce till 1 gen term dilution for initially it is we are looking that 30 minus 2 is equal to 28 plus add 1. We are going to add 1. The reason is what? We exactly not knowing what amount of factors is going to come. So the resulting solutions is what? We are looking for 10 raised to power 29. Now this one is became our, sorry, when you are going to reduce till this, sorry, 30 minus 2 is equal to, sorry, what I have kept, yeah, 28. Sorry, not 29. So resulting solutions, first we are going to get what? Here it should be a 28. Okay, so we will going to keep one additional number. Okay, we are going to minus 1 additionally, sorry, not plus, it's a minus. So it is going to be a 27 times. So here we are going to write, first of all, 27 times for hour. In initial example, what I have told, it's 30 minus 2, it's a 28 time. Here the number has changed. Okay, so what we are going to do, 30 minus 2 is a 28. Again, I'm going to reduce. So resulting solutions for me, it's going to be power. When it is going to come here, it's 3FU. If I'm going to do, then what going to happen? The resulting solutions will be 10 raised to 2 CFU per ml. But when I have done the 27 times, resulting solutions will be 10 into multiplied by CFU. And now I'm looking for the 5 into 10 raised to 2 CFU per ml. Now my target is this one. Initially, what is done? I'm diluting 1 gem 10, 28 times. Resulting solution is became 10 into 10 raised to power 2. What is the simple funda into it? That 1 into 10 raised to 30. If I'm doing 1 gem 10, it's going to be 1 into 10 raised to 29. So that I have reduced how many times? Till I'm going to do 28 times, I will got 1 into 10, 10 into 10 raised to power 2. Simple funda. This one is a simple fundamental thing that I have done. I'm doing 1 gem 10 dilutions for 28 times. Resulting solution is became 10 raised to power 2. If I'm going to do 1 gem 10 dilutions for 28 times, I will get the resulting solution what? 10 into 10 raised to power. Here it will be 2. It can also go. But my resulting solution will be here. I'm looking for this. So number may be a change. Once again, I have to go for the some dilutions. So what I will keep, I'm going to keep one more additional number. So if I want to get the 3, then I should go for the lesser one dilution. So first of all, I will go for the dilutions for 27 times. My resulting solution is this. Now you may know this formula, C1V1 is equal to C2V2 for a dilutions, M1V1, M2V2, or C1V1 is equal to C2V2. Dilutions formula in maybe in first semester by chance you have learned. If it is not, let me introduce this first to you. That means that this one C1 is called the concentration. V is regarding the volume. This formula is mainly used by the chemistry people as well as our biochemists, those who are working in chemistry or the biochemistry. This formula is very well been used by us. So what we are going to do into it, that my initial concentration is this one. Okay, that a microorganism same can be used into preparing the molar solution. If I am telling that I have 1 molar NaCl solution and prepare 0.5 molar NaCl solution about 500 ml. So I have 1 liter. Suppose I have 1 liter flask filled with 1 molar NaCl. I want to prepare 0.5 molar NaCl for 500 ml. So what I need to do? Some basic calculation is required because the initial stock is there. This one is the called stock and this one is our desired solution. So here what we can do, C1V1 is equal to C2V2. If I am looking for this formula first, then something is required. Here what I am doing, 1 gem 10 dilutions means I am taking 1 ml, taking 1 ml, make up to 10. It is simple, basic, fundamental thing. So here C1 will be what? It is 1 molar. V1 is required to calculate. C2 our desired, it is 0.5 molar. And V2 desired volume is 500 ml. This one is the basic information is available with me. So I'm looking to calculate V1. So I'm going to put this everything into this formula. So what is the C1? 1 multiplied by V1. C2, it is a 0.5 and 500. So V1 will be 5 multiplied by 500 divided by 10 multiplied by 1. That means 0.5, that one decimal I have taken this side. So I'm putting 10 below to it. 500 is kept as such, and the 1 is coming from here. I think this one is some basic mathematics. Okay, I hope you are knowing about it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to press 1. So 5, 1 0 is coming as 5 multiplied by 5. How much it is? 25. So what I need to do, it will coming as a ml. So take 250 ml of 1 molar NaCl and add, I want to prepare 500, add 250 ml water into it. So resulting solutions will be this. This one is called the basic solutions preparation. It is makeup. Always we need to make up the volume. So from the beginning, V1 is telling what? V1 is telling what here? I need to take that volume and to make up the final volume as a 500. Okay, always V2 is coming as a final volume. C1, V1, C2, V2. Concentration 1, volume 1. Concentration 2, volume 2. So I need to, otherwise I may write add 250 or make up 500 ml with water. So it will be like simple. If I'm taking the 250 ml, I have to add 250 ml into it. So this one is a very basic formula people are using. So it is also obvious. You have 1 molar. You want to reduce to 0.5. Whether it is, if I'm going to take the 1 liter, it is half the dilution. Okay, just it is a half you are going to dilute it. So simple, it is the fundamental thing you need to take. If I'm going to write as a 1 liter here, so what's going to happen? If I'm writing 1 liter, so I'm going to put here as a 1 liter, right? Number may change accordingly. So here I'm going to put 100, then the amount is going to be a 500 ml. That means original strength I'm reducing to half. Its original strength 1 molar. I am looking for 0.5 mol. 1 liter was there. I'm looking to prepare 1 liter or 1000 ml. So what I'm going to take, half of the quantity I will be taken, half I'm going to add the water. But obviously it's going to reduce to, its strength will reduce to half. Okay, so such basic phenomena are being used in this formula. Okay, and this one is a very universally been accepted, this formula. M1 V1, M2 V2 people are also writing. Some people are writing C1 V1, C2 V2. So that formula we are going to use in our case. Okay, in our case we are going to use this formula for this dilution factor calculations. So what we can do here? So what I have done, I have written as a 10 into 10 to 3 CFU unit into this. Now I will use this formula C1 V1 is equal to C2 V2. Now C1 is what for me? It's a 10 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 CFU per ml. I'm looking for the V1 to be get calculated because I don't know. Next is C2. My concentration desired is what? 5 into power 2. And V2 volume, I'm looking for 10 ml. We are looking always for the 10 ml. 1 gem 10, 2 gem 10, 5 gem 10, whatever is going to come. So now you can put this value into it. So C1 is a 10 into 10 raised to power 3. V1 I'm looking to identify 5 into 10 raised to 2 multiplied by 10. Getting? Right. So next is what? I'm looking for, I identify V1. So 5 into 10 raised to power 2 into 10 divided by 10 into 10 raised to power 3. So now you can, some are going to just remove. Okay. So 10 raised to 2, 10. So 5 by 10 is equal to coming is a 0.5. So resulting answer will be what? 0.5 Gen 10 times dilution for one time. Till what? In first, what we have learned? 1 Gen 10 dilutions. How many times? 28 times. Next component is coming 1 Gen 10 dilutions for 27 times. Right. Then after resulting solution is became for us this. Then I will take 0.5 ml only. Total dilution is coming for 28 times, but the amount is going to change at last. So in last is going to change as different. So I'm going to take or do like 1 Gen 10 dilutions. I may go for the 0.5 Gen 10 times dilutions for one time. Understood? I hope. We'll go, I'm going to give the few example also. Afterwards, it's 9:32, so I'm not going to take. It may be a 10:40. We will back. I'm going to check, giving a few examples. Then we will going to check your journals and other part is there also. હા બે ત્રણ કરાવી દઈશ તમને અને બીજા જે તમને લખાવ્યા હતા એ કરી નાખશો અને સાથે સાથે રેકોર્ડ બુક્સ ને જર્નલ ને બધું ચેક કરી લેશો જે રેડી હશે. So you can put your attendance. જેટલું હશે એટલું. હા મેં તમને ટાઈમલાઇન્સ તો આપી દીધી છે. For today, okay, we may going to till work for it. Yes. Pardon? Okay, I make you practice again at 10:40. So those who are yesterday have started their work, they will continue with their work. Okay, we are going for the colorimetric analysis at 1 or 2 o'clock around, and other people are going to write it down here only. I will be here itself. Just they are going to move. They are going to take the readings and they are going to write it down accordingly. Okay. And for the MBRT test, when you are going at 10 o'clock, right? This keep this tube also, make the one rubber band and that incubator. Okay, so maybe at around 1 o'clock we just observe it, and tomorrow we are going to observe also for with one. Okay, so at 10:40 I will make you some practice for this example, and then after I'm going to check the record books, those who are ready with it, and those who have completed even journals, I'm going to check. So till it is like a today and tomorrow, you may come for the record books to check, right? And on Monday, I have given the timeline for your journals. Another things, just I have taken one part. Yes, you people are aware also, you are having your, what we can say. Yes, from 13th, your SEM 3 mid-sem is starting, right? Mid-semester 3 is going to start. So 13, 14, 18, 19, and it will go. I think it's 19th, some holidays is there. Ide Milad. Okay. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 is the holiday. 3 days holidays. Then again 18 and 19, it will mid-sem. So our practical exams will be there on 21 and 22. If you are failed to submit your journals, it is up to you. And whenever you are coming with final journal submissions, get that certificate from a student store there. In I think student store or some in that Xerox books are there, right? Stationery, yeah. Stationery. That is the one certificate, journal certificate is there. So whenever you are coming, that one certificate is coming that written as a Marwadi University, one side. Take that only. Fill it. Just basic informations, your name, enrollment number, and which that part is there. Just some basic information required to put. Come with the certificate also. So I'm going to sign it, and then after it will be signed by our HOD. So it is called certified. આમાં fill કરી દેશો કઈ વાંધો નહીં. You may fill it in journals, but you require that certificate additional because it is not institutional. It is some are having some classmates, some are having the batchmates, some are so many other soulmates. Okay, for them. Just tell it. So whatever it is there, it is not from the institutions. Okay, so just you need to put that into it. So that will be 11th. Then after 11th or maximum of yes, because you are going to get the in between the some time and others, and I have already given that part to earlier also. You know it's maybe a 1 day job, not more than that. So Saturday, Sunday you are getting. So on a Monday, from my end, it's 11th is your last day. Then after your midsem will start. As the midsem get over on a Wednesday, on a Thursday we are going to have a practical exam for my paper. Thursday and Friday it will come. Okay, and be ready because afterward, from next after 21-22 is blocked. On Saturday we are not going to generally call you people, right? But then after on 25th to 31st is a holiday, a Sunday. So maybe 25, 26, 27, 28, maybe I don't know about 29. In following week afterwards, it will be for the chemistry and biochemistry paper will be your exams. Date, I'm not sure. They are going to tell to you. So you are having your midsems. My journal, yeah, that will be combined 21, 22. Practical will be club with Viva. It's a combo pack.